So what was your first project?
Girls Like You.
What is that?
So I did a project called Girls Like You, and in the project, it was inspired by a Maroon 5 song, which is Girls Like You. And I remember like watching the music video and just like seeing how he had different women like J-Lo, Millie Bobby Brown, Ellen DeGeneres. She had like different women from different backgrounds, with different occupations like represented. And like I just love that the idea like of representation and like just being able to show that, you know? Because I feel like a lot of people don't see that on film or TV or photography. So it was just a project highlighting different women from different backgrounds, different talents, different skills, different mindsets, and that's what it was. Like I would take photos of different women. So yeah, kind of like a representation thing, but it's also to show like young girls today, like, oh, there's somebody that's just like you, or like you're not alone, kind of thing.
Is that the same representation that you're going to give into your next project?
Yes, it is. Which is like, I'm not leaning too much of like, oh, I'm doing this for the representation kind of thing, because it should be something that's normalized. You get what I mean? Like there should be a representation of every kind of person, regardless. But that is something like that's very important to me.
Okay, so just describe your second project a little bit more.
So my second project is I Feel Like, and it's mental health awareness geared kind of project. Like it's geared towards mental health awareness, and it's just basically people coming together, obviously individually, doing their photos, and we're trying to tackle different mental health issues or mental illnesses, and we're trying to raise awareness for it, because at the end of the day I feel like there's a lot of people that feel like they're alone in what's going on. Like I felt that way a lot when I was growing up. I felt like, oh, I'm the only one going through this, I'm the only one that's like, I'm weird, you know? That's how I felt. But I remember like one day going to see a therapist, and like they told me like a diagnosis, like, oh, you have this and this. And I remember like feeling like there was a puzzle piece like fit into place. Like it made sense, like, oh, I'm overthinking constantly because it's anxiety. Like there's a reason that like things were happening. So I feel like this project is geared towards that, like to raise awareness for people who have similar issues, so they're not alone. And not just that, just to talk about like, that's okay to talk about how you feel, to talk about in general this stigma, like there shouldn't be a stigma. So that's what it's about.
Is the project based on a song, or was it just a random thought?
No, it wasn't based on a song. It's something I had at the back of my mind when I was doing the last one. Like I kind of knew I always wanted to do something related to mental health awareness. One of the things I knew like what I wanted to do as I get older is be a mental health representative or an advocate, just because I felt like that's anytime you get to help somebody, that's something good you're doing, you know? And I would very much want somebody who was there to help me when I was going through my stuff. So like in a way, like it's kind of like doing advocacy in my opinion, because you're helping other people. I think that's the word, advocacy. I don't know. Be an advocate.
We'll find out. So for this project, you're mostly making your subjects decide where they want to be, what they want to talk about, and what they do. Do you ever plan on doing a project where you're in control?
That's a very interesting question. Can you cut that out? That is an interesting question. The only reason I gave them so much control is not so much control, because it is a collaboration. That's what I like about the idea of a collaboration. It's not just me, it's you. Because I do respect everybody's opinions. But I do think, yes, I'm going to take the reins more for the next project, just because, you know, it's a learning experience. Not all collaborations are great. I've learned along the way that there are times where I do need to step up and be assertive. So for sure, I'll like take back the reins and be like, no, this is what it's going to be done. But I just like the idea of collaborating with other people, so they know like their opinion matters, or like what they're doing is important, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, do you have any ideas for your next project?
I have a couple. Yeah.
You gonna give us a hint?
Some of them are very like season related. So like some of them are like, I thought of like doing an autumn geared one, or like something in spring. I thought of I'm very much inspired by music. So like a lot of aesthetics that artists are pulling out for their albums or upcoming releases, I'm like, or songs, I'm just like, I'm inspired by that. I thought of an idea that has to do with the concept of liking somebody, like love and stuff, just the aesthetic. Like I want to do that. It's probably something in the future. It wouldn't just be limited to like couples. I would probably have like single people in it. You know?
Yes,
'Cause
representation.
It's more representation. Yeah, so I have a bunch of ideas. One idea I'm floating at the top of my head that I really want to do is probably recreate iconic movie posters or albums. So like something with the Breakfast Club, or like somebody recreating
Titanic.
like what?
Titanic.
Yes, Titanic. How do you know?
Oh my god. Let's do this.
Yeah, so I'm inspired by pop culture. So like anytime I see something, I'm just like, oh, I kind of want to recreate that, but also give it something different, like a fresh take on it. So yeah, I have a few ideas.
Alright. That's nice. If you had a song to describe this entire project, just one single song, what would it be?
It's a very good question.
Ignored.
Well, there's this song that I have been listening to, and it's by, he's a YouTuber, but he's also a singer. His name is Scotty Sire, and it's called Notice Me. I guess that would sum up the whole thing, because in the song, it's kind of sad. He's like, can someone just notice me? But it's also, that's why I think about art. Like, I'm like, people can use art as a way of like showing their pain, but making it into something beautiful. So that's what he did. Like, he made something like, oh, anxiety, or like being isolated, or being like not seeing like into something great, you know? Like he made something that people understood and felt they can relate to. So I feel like that's the song that I would pick to describe it, because that's the idea. Like, notice us, like notice me, like I'm in pain, you know? Like I'm in pain, everyone's in pain, but like we're not the only ones. Just notice us, and like, you know, we're trying our best out here. That's all we can do. Yeah, just notice everybody, because they're important, they matter. So that's what I would pick for that song, Notice Me.
Alright. Cut. We did it.
Yay!